Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 15. Today we would like to present about high in fuel price and its consequence in consumers' purchasing power. This is our group members.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Nur Farisha binti Anas, matrix number 1212581. Today I would like to start this presentation with introduction. I think everyone knows what is the petrol, but now I would like to introduce it more precise. Petrol is the mixture of volatile, flammable liquid hydrocarbon that derived from petroleum and used as fuel for internal combustion engine. Next, petrol, also called as gasoline or spelled gasoline, same with pronunciation but different in spelling. Petrol is the primary fuel of choice for automobiles due to the high combustion energy and capacity to mix easily with the air in the carburetor. Petroleum production is essential to the economic structure and balance of world power. Next, is it is the more frequently used and sought after hydrocarbon, and its use varies greatly depending on need and demand. There are 10 largest petroleum producing countries in the world, such as Saudi, Saudi Arabia, China, Canada, and so on. Next, the increase in petrol price will affect to consumer purchasing power. Then, the fuel prices are rising, and this will eventually affect everything we use in our daily life. Besides, the increase in the petrol price has a direct or indirect impact on all major industries. Then, high inflation is also forecast to affect the financial industry. The increase in petrol price occurred in several factors. For example, states of emergency like war, inflation, and so on. Last but not least, the research method used in this report is internet resource analysis. We take some article and news as our reference.
My name is Ainin Salwa binti Muhammad, matric number 1212586. I will present about impact of high fuel price on customers' purchasing power. Rising fuel price will reduce customer purchasing power, causing people to try to reduce fuel demand, which will change behavior. First is lifestyle related change. Most customers change their lifestyle to save on fuel consumption. Some people are willing to less driving their car. Next is to use the carpool method, which is a group of people sharing a car to the same destination. Second is switch to a fuel efficient car. Some people will buy fuel efficient car as they can save fuel consumption over a long period of time. For example, use a fully electric car like Tesla branded car built with a smart technology. The car is fully mobile using battery that only need to be charged. Third is change to the use of public transportation. The ability to outfit bus and another public transit vehicle with alternative fuel resource is one of the biggest technical advantage of public transportation. Next, the type of the change the type of petrol. The increase in fuel price, especially the increasingly expensive petrol premium, has led to some change to a much cheaper standard of petrol. Last, quiz to refill uh, before high price. Customer is indeed quite sensitive to increase in fuel price, so they took initiative to fill up gas line before the price went up.
My name is Nurjana binti Fazli and my matric number is 1212574. Now I will elaborate with high petrol prices and its consequence in consumer purchasing power during inflation in Malaysia. Demand and inflation caused price petrol to rise. During COVID-19, the majority sector in Malaysia were closed. After the case was handled, the government announced that all sectors could be open as usual by complying with the standard operating procedure. It made demand increase rapidly. On 2 June 2022, the price around 97 has up by 13.7 cents, which made the price around 97 become 4 ringgit 70 cents per litre. Meanwhile, RON 95 petrol gets a subsidy from the government. Consumer of RON 97 petrol may continue to use RON 97 or they will switch to using RON 95 petrol. Impact on petrol consumer. In 2020, Malaysia became the 20th largest importer of crude petroleum in the world. Malaysia has imported petroleum from Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Australia, and others. When the Malaysia currency falls, it will be then remitted to the country because the Malaysia currency become cheaper than other countries and cause the price of imported goods become expensive. Delivery service such as Shopee Express, Ninja Van and Anti-Express use features such as car, vans, lorries to deliver goods to customer. So if the price of petrol goes up, the price delivery service also need to be raised so that company can cover the full money. The construction and transportation sector use beaches to make roads to do construction as well to lift heavy goods. When petrol price rise, construction companies had to lower the salaries of their workers and the workers had to find extra work to cover the high of cost living.
My name is Nur Shamimi binti Draman, number matric 1212577. Next, I will present about the increase in fuel prices and its consequences on the economy and purchasing power of consumer in Indonesia. Diesel shortage and fuel price hikes in several regions of Indonesia have caused Pertamina, a state-owned oil company, to raise the cost of all brands of petrol and diesel without its subsidies, which in turn affected the growth of the economic sector. This is because the importance of fossil fuels as a secondary energy source and pollutants has led to an increase in their use. Therefore, the government should cut subsidies gradually, either through the withdrawal of subsidies based on the conversion of oil to LPG or by reducing fuel subsidies. The effects to the economy, increasing petroleum price has no effect on the agricultural industry, but the top three industries in the agricultural sector such as fisheries, forestry, logging and oil palm and industries including transport, electricity and chemicals were also affected. Therefore, the government should track fuel consumption and look at alternative energy sources such as micro, hydro and solar energy. Next, the effects to the purchasing power of consumer. Rising cost of oil has changed people's buying habits and lifestyles from time to time due to the declining value of money, because if oil prices rise, other prices will also rise, thus triggering economic concerns in society, especially the poor. People may also suffer as rising prices of daily necessities are increasingly burdening households. In this crisis situation, governments may significantly reduce subsidies and shift funds to food instead of supporting employment, but they will also need to create broad jobs to reduce total unemployment.
My name is Ismani binti Zulkifli, number matric 1212582. I will present about for the conclusion. Consumer purchasing power can be affected by the high in fuel price. It is because fuel is a part of daily use for consumer in terms of transportation. There are many factors that cause the high in fuel price, especially during the inflation phase. Other than that, tax that levy for the fuel price also can affect the purchasing power of the consumer. There are some suggestions that we can do to deal with the problem. Firstly, the government should act to against rising petrol and diesel price, either by lowering the value added tax or imposing the actual value of the tax. They could do that if it feels the inflationary pressures are going out of control. Other than that, the consumer can shift to the more fuel efficient motor vehicles, and more importantly, They must know a bit about engine technology and how to maintain them. Lastly, the consumer can walk or cycling to go anywhere they want. It is because cycling or walking are the most energy efficient ways of transport. All this way can be practiced when the uh, high in fuel price. That's all from our group. Thank you.